Good morning, it's Nicholas here down the allotment. I thought I'd show you around my plot. It's the 9th of June. Here we are, by the shed. It's my little flower area. Some beautiful oriental opium poppies. First time growing poppies. I was given some by a neighbour and I bought some. I just think they're so beautiful. Just stunning. They make you feel good, flowers, don't they? Some sweet peas. They might be getting old, you know. Joy flowers. Yeah, they're uplifting. They have a nice energy to them, and the bees also appreciate them, and the pollinating insects. And we need to encourage them as much as possible, don't we? This is my apple tree. There's no fruit this year. It's badly affected with a leaf curl, some sort of insect problem last year. And so what I did, I took a precautionary measure and I painted this, it's like insecticidal tar around the bark at this point, and it's meant to stop the insects climbing up and attacking the leaf, and it seems to have done the trick, but we shall see. And hopefully next year we might even get some fruit. It's quite tall now. I think it's a good 10 foot. I'll have to be careful, I don't want it to get too big. Yeah, my bench that I made, that basket's going to be filled with broad beans in a minute. A scruffy old shed. It was actually given to me by a client I did some work for. It's not pretty, but it does the job. Keeps the tools safe and dry. Well, dry-ish, it has a leak. This is my plum tree. It's a Victoria plum. It's actually showing some fruit. First time. Don't know if you can see them. Those beauties. Also growing quite tall. My rhubarb, this is the second flush of rhubarb here. We've also harvested some earlier in the year. We've had tons. We give a load away as well. My cherry tree. Really beautiful with those cherries on. They're a little bit tart, a little bit sour. We've had a few. The birds like them too. Little bastards. I don't mean that. Nah, that's fine. We have to share, but you know, often the birds and the slugs don't want to share. They want to eat it all, just like us, I suppose. Artichokes, just grow those sort of flowers, and they're beautiful. Purple and a heavenly scent. The insects love them, and it's an a biannual, or it comes back every year. It's easy to grow. Bed number 1, we have actually in there got some parsnips. But, they haven't all germinated or done particularly well, and I've planted some lettuce there to fill the gap, and that's spinach and carrot, which is autumn king, which is also not pollinated or germinated particularly well, and something's been eating the chard and the spinach. Yeah, bed number 2, sort of bitter lettuce, I can't quite remember what they're called again. It just adds colour, and it's a nice vegetable to eat in salads. Yeah, my asparagus bed is also doing quite well. Year 3, grown from seed. It's quite easy, but you need to be patient, which puts a lot of people off, I think. Yeah, perhaps next year I'll pick a few. When the young spears come up, the birds do like to peck the tops off, so I covered it earlier on in the year, took it off when the plants had become a bit more established. But at this point, I just want to let them grow and store energy in the root to be stronger for next year. Bed number 3, garlic. We have lots of garlic. Has been affected by rust, but not as badly as some of my neighbours. But as the rusty leaves show, I tend to pick them off Just try and retard it a little bit. It makes the bulb smaller, but what else do you do? Elephant garlic as well. A lot of the garlic was given to me by my neighbour Terry. He's not so well now, he's getting on a bit in years. But originally he gave me an elephant garlic bulb. If you were to buy that, I think you're looking at about £10 for one bulb. And then since, I've just kept a few bulbs or a couple of bulbs back each year, and I replant. And Terry also gave me a lot of the other garlic here. I think there's probably about 4 or 5 different varieties of garlic. Solent White is one of them, and obviously the elephant garlic. So hopefully we should be alright. We will be alright for garlic, but sometimes the cloves can be a bit small, but we shall see how it goes. They're looking alright. Couple of weeks. Traditionally harvest garlic on the solstice, 21st of June, so I should be digging a few up and having a look. My broad beans, plant them closer together than most people would. You're meant to plant them 6 inches apart, but I find that if you plant them closer, 3-4 inches apart in a zigzag pattern, they're more self-supporting. It doesn't do them any harm at all. They're looking really, really happy. Yeah, there's some black fly on there, but I'm not bothered. But look at that. I'd say they're probably the best broad bean on the site that I've seen. A lot of people say, oh, you plant them too close together, but well, there's the results. The results speak loudly, don't they? This bed we have onions. We have some red onion, which are a winter onion, which you plant earlier. They do tend to bolt, but they make a nice addition to salads. They're colourful as well, and you can cook with them. And some white onions here. Yeah, looking alright. Some spring onions in this bed. Lots of just mixed varieties that I grew from seed. They're looking quite happy actually. And here are some leeks, mammoth pots, which I also grew from seed. Planted those seeds in January in the greenhouse. They're coming on quite well. They'll be ready first before other leeks. And they're big. I mean, you know, sometimes they can be 3 or 4 inches in diameter, massive. And here is some beetroot, the golden variety, golden orange, and they're the best. They're superior in every way. They're sweet, tender, beautiful. I grow them every year. They're looking quite happy. Grew them in module trays, and I planted a few seeds in each module and then planted them out as recommended by the no-dig guru Charles Dowding. He knows his stuff. He's a lovely guy as well. Here we have potatoes, Desiree, which are a drought resistant potato, because the forecasters and the trend would suggest that we're in for more and more drier weather, more drought, and last year my spuds were not very good. The earlies were alright, but the main crop, or the second early, is just useless. So drought resistant, and also I planted them deeper. Traditionally they recommend that you put them in at 5 or 6 inches deep, but this, I've put them in, and I've done it before and they are a success. I put mine in about 10 inches deep, maybe even a little bit deeper. It doesn't do them any harm, and also there's more moisture available. So that's what I've done. Hopefully we can, you know, change the way we garden, because the climate is changing, so we have to change with it. We can't just stick to old methods. At the back, I don't know if you can see, not very interesting to look at, there's no flowers yet, but they're pink fir apples. My missus hates them with a vengeance because they're little pink knobbly buggers and they're hard to clean and peel, but they're always successful. You get a lot of potatoes out of just a few plants. They are very good. Over here, I'll walk round, are my earlies. So this little section up to that point where the end of the cloche is are all earlies. I can't remember what variety they are, but they're very pretty. Look how beautiful they are. a couple of weeks I'll be harvesting some of those, and then we'll have some new potatoes, which are a real treat, aren't they, on our plate with a bit of butter or marge. Over there we have fennel, bulb fennel, which I really enjoy. It's delicious, roasted with garlic and olive oil. Only a few this year. Didn't all germinate in the greenhouse. Get mixed results, don't we, each year? My runner beans, I've planted a variety. I planted 2 varieties, some white beans and some red. So they have red and white flowers. So I'm not sure if they've all worked, but we shall see. And in the middle I've put a squash because it can grow underneath the beans. It doesn't cause any problems. Butternut squash, that is. Gosh, just keeps the birds off and the insects, butterflies in particular. I bought all these brassicas as plugs from Tiverton Market, but just couldn't be bothered really to grow them from seed. You always get so many, but they're doing all right, and they're all a little bit mixed up. The ones at the back, Cavolo Nero style cabbage, which is useful winter vegetable, and I think there are some spring cabbage and some winter cabbage, also some broccoli. It's looking alright. Over here my peas, not flowered yet, and beetroot again. I just had a lot of plugs and I thought I just needed somewhere to put them. And at the back, sweet peas. I grew those in the greenhouse earlier in the year in small pots and then transplanted them. One of my neighbours told me about how to do that. These actually have like bicoloured flowers. They're really beautiful. There's a few different varieties. I can't always remember what I planted. Yes, so that's it really. I hope you're all happy. I wish you all happiness. Trouble with happiness is if we try and cling on to it, it slips through our fingers like sand. And the same with sadness. If we push sadness away, you know, I think sadness can teach us things, can't it? It puts us in touch with our tender, broken heart. And that's not a bad thing. Take each moment as it comes, good or bad, sad or happy. Touch it and let it go. And then that leaves the door open for something new and fresh to enter our lives. Alright, well, you take care, people. It's been nice talking to you. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.